The Bible was literally compiled hundreds of years later by a pagan emperor for political reasons. That should tell you something. And if you doubt me, do your own research. The Bible was literally voted on by a bunch of politicians and bishops in a room deciding what made the cut and what didn't, out of mounds of texts, centuries after the fact.
Sounds convincing until you look at actual history. The New Testament wasn't written centuries later. It was written between 45 AD and 95 AD. This is within the lifetime of witnesses. By the early 100s, church leaders were quoting almost every book of the New Testament, and by the 200s, we had the Maritime Fragment. This is a list matching nearly the entire New Testament. This is over a century before Constantine was even born, who I think is the pagan emperor he's referring to. Constantine didn't invent the Bible. He didn't choose the books. All he did was legalize Christianity and funded copies. The church had already recognized these writings because they came from the apostles and they agreed with Jesus' teaching. And the whole idea that the Bible was decided by a political vote, another myth. When the councils met in the 300s, they didn't pick the Bible. They were simply confirming what the church had already been reading, copying, and even dying for. And the so-called lost gospels, the books that he's talking about that didn't make it in, yeah, they were written in the 200s and 300s, years after the apostles had died. And many of them, we know, were outright forgeries. The Bible isn't a political project. It's a historical collection, preserved, recognized, and anchored in eyewitness testimony of those who lived during the time of Jesus. Christianity doesn't rest on conspiracy. It rests on truth.